in this video, I'll be showing you how to report a lab result using our new lab result templates. So before I go there, let me introduce us to this list, the lab result list. As you can see, this is the date and time that the lab result was requested. This is the name of the client or the patient. This is the name of the investigation that was requested, the amount for each investigation, the status of payment, if it's been paid or unpaid, fully paid, partly paid, and then report status. You can only report a result, an investigation request that is pending. Once you've started a report, it can either be saved as draft, that means that you want to modify later, or as final, meaning that you've completed that reporting. So I'm going to go through HVS to report an HVS request, and I'll select the form. And because HVS request is a microbiology investigation, I'll click on microbiology, and we can see the form here. You want to select what type of specimen that you're working with. I'll say swab, and the swab site can be okay, let's say vagina or throat or wound or urethral or whatever swab site that you're reporting for. Specimen details. So this is the date the request was made. When did you collect this swab? I'll say today. What time? So some of these information are really super important. We didn't do. We made it to be free so that in case the time of collection does not matter, you can leave this out. I know that time of collection matters for certain tests, so yeah, that is why it's not a required field. What's the volume? I know that volume is not important, so I just say 0. You can just leave that blank. So what investigation are we reporting? We are reporting mycology, we are reporting sensitivity, we are reporting microscopy. So let's scroll down. So let's report microscopy. I don't think consistency does not apply. Mucus, I don't know how you report this, but I'll just say present. Occult does not apply. Present. There's mucus. Let's say there's WBC, high. Bacterial cells, let's say present. There's yeast cell, very highly present. So however you report this, please report us. I think epithelial cells apply to, and this will apply to urine, so I'll just leave that. I'm not sure. Let's move on to culture and sensitivity test. So you might want to do a brief summary of the culture. High growth of Staph aureus and strep B. Let's say strep B. I'm not certain. Whatever reporting, whatever issues or you need to discuss around the culture and sensitivity test, here would be a good place to type that, the description or detail in. Then we want to report the susceptibility. So let's say this was susceptible to just use anything, streptomycin. So what isolates was susceptible to streptomycin drug? So let's say strep B, and let me say strep A. I don't know if there's a strep A, but then it's just because of this demo. I'll click on add drug, and you can enter more than one susceptibility to drug. So let's say ampicillin, let's say Staph aureus was susceptible to ampicillin, let's say Staph A, just because of this demo, and Staph C. This is just for demo purpose. I know there's no Staph A or Staph D. Okay, and for the mycology test, so let's say that cotrimazole, let's say we yeast isolate. So there was yeast isolate and just yeast. and we add that. So we had 3 isolates and sensitivities. Recommended treatment for staph and yeasts. So I mean, you can just give a general observation or general summary or general summary or a recommendation, in using this input box. I'll save as draft, so I'll click on save. What I've just done here is save this as draft. Save this report as draft because you see how the status has changed. I saved as draft because I want to be able to come back and modify this document. So if you're checking, I know that when you're doing cultures, you can report first day, second day, and third day. So you can keep reporting and saving as draft until you're done with that investigation, and you can save as final to complete that reporting. So I'll save this as final now, and the status, the result changes to final. You can also create a result, first try and save it immediately as as final, depending on what applies at the time of that reporting. So I'll just show us a brief let me just show us a report that I did before this video. This one, I was reporting kidney function using the biochemistry test for chemical pathology, and you can see the reporting here, and it was saved as final. So let me show us another form that also applies. So there's chemical pathology and tumor markers. So this is another form that you can use to report chemical pathology and tumor markers. You can see all of these. So I think this applies for this particular form, LMP. So there is the thyroid hormone. You can report all of these. And then there is hormone markers such as these. And then the pathologist can give a summary or a comment for the report, save as draft or as final, as the case may be. Another form I would introduce as well is biochemistry form. This also changed. So with the biochemistry form is more sectioned. We have urea, electrolyte, creatinine, and we have lipid profile, we have liver function, we have bone chemistry, we have cerebrospinal fluid, serum proteins, cardiac enzymes, and all of these. So these forms apply to specific investigations that have been requested. To view this report that I've just created, we'll go to the patient's documentation page. So I click on this patient, attend to patient. You can see the lab result. Okay, it's not yet. Okay. So it's not yet updated. The lab result will be updated shortly, and we can view the detail. Thank you.